Hello everyone, welcome to one more video. Today I would like to teach you how to build a deck. I'm gonna talk about general tips, and each faction, the most powerful thing that you have to keep in mind, okay? So let's go to the explanations. Uh, First thing that you have to, let's confirm, okay. First deck that I would like to share with you is, let's start with Infernal. The thing that I have to do is to choose 5 heroes. That's going to be the direction that you are going to build your deck. So, for example, I can try to move a unit. So I can try to build a deck with surrounding these mechanics of movement. I can try to, I don't know, maybe use doctors, medics to discard the cards and then bring them back with uh, another medics. Because if you discard a card to draw a spell that your opponent casted using Baron Hig, you are gonna trade a card from your hand for a spell. But if you discard a medic and you have another medic in hand, you can bring this medic back to play. So if you are planning to discard cards using Baron Hig or Dominate, you have to be aware that discarding cards in Ephemeral isn't a good thing unless you can build something around it. So the first thing that I have to do is select your heroes. Oh, let me see. My best heroes here, probably this one. It was nerfed, but if you play in the first turn, you can draw a lot of cards. This one is a good hero. Probably I would try to build something around it. I like this hero. Wrath effects very often. It's very good. So I like this hero. Once you select your 5 heroes, this is going to be your toolbox. When you active hero call, those heroes will be available for you. So it is the core of the deck. After this, you have to select your spells. As I said here in the channel, play always plays with 6 or 7 spells, depends on the cost of the spells. In this case, for example, I only have one lightning blast. I wish I had more, because in Inferno, 3 copies would be nice, but I can play 1 copy of this, 1 copy of power. I like this spell, although there is no synergy to use this spell. You can save creatures by buffing them. So I can try to build something around it, kill all units that have 2 attack or less, upgrading this card. This card, it can be a very good card. I can build a deck only with creatures more than 3 attack or undying creatures, so it would be an option. And I don't know, I can select, I have 4, 5, one more spell. Let's try this one because in Inferno there are a lot of brawler units. Okay, after this you have to select 29 cards. Always build a deck with 29 cards. And Inferno, do the basics. For example, I love this unit. It requires to sacrifice one ally. So you have to have at least one ally to be sacrificed. You are gonna play this card as well. Requires another sacrifice. So include one more undying creatures. So you have to balance. Actually, one more undying creature in general. If you are playing 10 creatures that requires to sacrifice creatures, play 11 creatures with the mechanics of undying. Yeah, that's the tip that I have to share with you about Inferno. But the mainly idea is start by selecting your heroes, then you will know the power of your deck, select the spells, and then go to the creatures. Okay, let's try to build ephemeral deck. Is my favorite until today. when I'm playing ephemeral, I don't see myself playing ephemeral without playing this card. This card is the best ephemeral card. Celestial has the ability to fly. Infernal has the ability of undying. So the cards are strong cards, like 18 power, and if you sacrifice a creature with undying, you gain even more power. So the creatures are very powerful and ephemeral. The only thing that it has is the ability of loyal, that you draw a card and discard and it is put in play. So you have to use this ability to maximize the powerful of ephemeral deck. I see a lot of players not using this card, saying that this card is bad, but it is the best ephemeral card. Trust me. If you build a deck around it, it's gonna work because you have a lot of creatures with this mechanic of loyal. So this one is very good. I there is a lot of epic cards that I don't have. So this one is good. You can try to use this one. And when you use this, you can maximize the efficiency of this deck. As Inferno, you have to calculate, like if you have three guys, at least four cards with loyal ability. If you are playing, uh, if you are playing the card, this one, Chaos Caster, you have to always, when you have a card that have the effect of this card, play one more loyal cards. For example, I play with three Asegai and a Byron Hig, four cards that discard cards. So I play with five cards that has the loyal ability. Always do this math to maximize the powerful of this ability. So you have to play ephemeral with this ability. I don't see myself not playing with this. You can try to build a deck with a lot of spells and synergies with spells and you try to kill a lot of creatures and clean the board, but you want to reach the maximum potential of the deck. So here is the same tip. You start by selecting your heroes. Oh, I would like to have this hero running, mass effect, nuke effect. So I'm gonna focus on damage. So I will select this one, damage, damage. Who else? Maybe this one because I'm gonna discard a lot of cards. I could try to run this one, but I don't like this card anymore. It's very powerful, but with hero call ability, it doesn't make sense to call this hero because it is a powerful guy and that's it. There is no effect. So I like this effect, for example, to stop my opponent to cast spells. I can deny him to kill my creature, and they are gonna be alive for one more turn. It would be the necessary to activate the cooldown one more time, the cooldown of the abilities. So it can help a lot. This one is just a powerful creature, so I prefer to play with this card nowadays. And sorry, and you can try to play Governal Monomsen. I think this card is good. There is a lot of synergies with spells. So if I'm playing this deck, probably I'm gonna focus on spells. So I have to select the spells. In ephemeral, I like to play five spells. So one, two, three, four, and maybe elemental destruction would be better. Yeah, that's it. I think ephemeral. I have a lot of videos in the channel, so you can see more gameplays with ephemeral. So let's go to celestial. Celestial faction. Same thing. See the available heroes that you have. I have a few heroes, but for example, you can try. Oh, I have a hero that let me double the attack of another ally, so I can try to build around it. I have the spell that make me double the power again, so maybe double the power of creature can be the secret to my deck. Who else? This one to draw more heroes. This one, no. I like to focus on celestial creatures because celestial has the ability to fly. So if you are playing factionless creatures, you are missing something very important of celestial. So avoid playing factionless creatures and focus on celestial. I have a few celestial cards. That's why I can't build a celestial deck. But something that you have to be aware is that you are gonna fly in the turn 1, 4, 8, and 12. In order to fly in the last turn, you have to decrease the flying counter by 2, exactly 2. So you have to play creatures that decrease the fly counter by 1, 2 in a match at least. There is the light spear. No, not this one. I don't have the copy that let you to decrease the fly counter by 2. If you decrease 3, it means that you have to increase 1. You have to always be aware doing the math to see to fly in the last turn. If you certify that you are flying the last turn, the celestial is very strong. And in my opinion, in the meta today, it is the best faction. So you have to start by selecting your heroes, then the spells, and then you can try to maximize your average costs. As I said here in the channel, aim in 2.72. It is the special number that let you play a lot of cards with hero call ability. Now you can reduce the average costs, but Celestial, you play a lot of cards in the battlefield. If your opponent let them leave, it means that you won't be able to play a lot of creatures. So you have to try to play with at least one or two creatures that has 6 power. It means that if your opponent is not killing your creatures, you can wait one more turn to play the 6 cost creature. You know you have to play as a celestial. You always have to be aware of the slots available. It is a car that is saying that I'm gonna buy metal, aluminum, or things that you have at home. Here in Brazil, it's very common. I don't know if in your country it is the same, but this car is always passing in my street. I don't know. It doesn't matter, but you have to be aware about these lots because if you play too many creatures in the beginning, you will face a lack of spots to play the last creatures. But if your opponent is killing your creatures, be free to play as many creatures you want, man. But that's it. I hope I helped you guys. The general guideline is to select first, start by your heroes. Then you are gonna be in mind the strategy, the mainly strategy. Then you select the spells. And the last thing that you have to do is to select your creatures. But always try to balance between brawler and ranged because if you play too many ranged or too many brawlers, mainly in celestial, you are gonna struggle of slots. So that's the tip. That's the video for today. I hope you guys enjoyed it. See you in the next one.